Ooh, that's embarrassing.
I threw a couple at you, didn't I? All the titles of my embarrassing moments. And you seemed interested in the blood test one.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll tell you that one. And it's not horrendously embarrassing. And I've tried to explain this to people and justify it, but they seem to love to latch on to one element of this story. And okay, I'll start from the beginning. So I had to go to the doctors for some blood tests for whatever reason. I forget what it was. Maybe allergy related. I forget what it was. And I went to the doctors, a morning appointment, quite early in the morning. I went and sat in the chair. I was anxious to the point where I don't like needles, but that's as far as it went. I wasn't crapping myself. I wasn't really dreading it. It was just one of those things. It's fairly unpleasant, but I wasn't overly bothered. So I went in the morning and went in, sat in the chair, and there was a lady there. She's getting the syringes ready, blah, blah, blah. We're having a little conversation. She asked my date of birth. I give her my date of birth, and weirdly, she said, "That's my son's date of birth." She said exactly the same day, month, year. And we were discussing about what time of day he was born, just to see how close we were to being born at the same time. So I'm quite relaxed at this point. I'm not anxious or anything like that. But while this is happening, she puts this syringe in my left arm, and we're chatting away, and I'm thinking, this is going all right, considering I don't like blood tests. And she says, I said, that's strange. I'm not that vein doesn't want to really give me anything. I looked down. I said, oh, really? Does that happen very often? She went, yeah, occasionally. I said, what do you do? She said, oh, we'll just try another vein. I said, okay. So she takes it out, and while she's getting another syringe ready, she is walking over to the the rack where the other syringes are. And at this point, I'm still feeling fine. And then all of a sudden, I feel a little bit queasy, a little bit weird. And I said to her, oh, I don't feel very well. And she looks at me and she goes, Wayne, next thing, I'm laid back in the chair, kind of like a dentist chair. And I'm coming around and there's another nurse there. And I don't know how long I was out, but there's another nurse there and I've passed out. And they're going, Wayne. And it's like a dream scene out of a film. She's going, Wayne. No, he's still not with us, is he? And I could see them. I was aware of what was going on, but obviously not really giving him any kind of signs of life. And I eventually came round, and I felt horrible. And they I tried to get up. I said, no, stay sitting down, stay lying down, and all this kind of thing. And so I passed out having this blood test, which is the bit that everyone likes to latch on to because you were so queasy, you passed out having a blood test. Well, they made me sit there for ages, and then eventually they let me stand up, and they wouldn't let me leave the wait. I had to go and sit in the waiting room, and they wouldn't let me leave the waiting room until I'd kind of felt back to normal, But what everyone laughs at, because they're like, you were so queasy. It turned out that it was actually because I hadn't eaten anything. They said, have you eaten anything this morning? I said, no, I had a cup of coffee with no sugar. And they said, oh, you must eat something. People do this all the time. They come in, their blood pressure's so low. And that's what happened. I wish I could remember what my blood pressure was, but they recorded it and it was ridiculously low. And that's all it was. But it was embarrassing to the point where I passed out in the doctor's surgery, and I had to go and sit in the waiting room. They wouldn't let me leave until I'd kind of come round properly. But it's the fact that everyone finds it highly entertaining because they like to see it from a point of view where I saw a needle and passed out, and it wasn't that. No matter how much I explain it, people don't believe that it was because I hadn't eaten anything and I had low blood pressure. So not really an embarrassing moment so much. It was a bit awkward, but there you go.
It's embarrassing to you, but no one else witnessed it.
No,
apart from nurses.
No, apart from the nurses, yeah. But there you go. And it's never happened since. I had to go back for a blood test about 2 weeks later, and I was really anxious about it because I thought, what if it happens again? And when you're so worried about something, you can almost bring it on yourself. I was worried about it, and it went absolutely fine. No problems. I am squeamish, but I'm not in the habit of passing out when I have a blood test, apart from that one time.